Yeah, man, respect, brother. This is why I jumped on YouTube, just to prove no matter where you come from, where you start, as long as you got the right frame of mind and you're willing to put in the work, you can turn it around and you can make something of yourself. And you can also influence people to get on the right path as well, because they're looking at you thinking, yeah, I'm from a similar background, whether I'm from London, Manchester, Birmingham, or the Netherlands. I'm from a similar background as this guy. So if he can do it, I can. That's how I look at other people, you know. All these guys that have got money and they're rich and that, I don't think that, oh, there's some superior beings in blood. Them man, they're just like, man, if they can, I can. One of the things that made me want to jump on YouTube initially as well was, I can understand man them on the roads complaining about police brutality and how it's hard for them to get stop and search all the time. Obviously, they need to understand that the reason why they're getting stop and search is because they're available to. Yeah, they're on the wrong path. If you're not doing the right thing in life, if you're on the wrong path, you're going to be available to get stop and search. If you're on the right path, if you're on the path of positivity and that, you're going to be too busy to get stop and search. So I can understand, not that I'm condoning, I can understand why the man them on the roads are complaining about how it's difficult and that, and how the police them is always onto them. They need to understand that obviously it's their actions and what they're up to is the reason why they're getting stop and search. I understand why they think like that. But man, here a lot of these civilians and that, like black people obviously, civilians and that, they've never been involved in no road thing. They never done this, they never done that. They don't know about the roads and that. They might just live in the ends by default because most of us black people grow up on the ends and that. But you've never done road. You've never had the experience of you and 20 of your brethren going over there on a 149, or you and your brethren going over there, jumping in the cabs. Man, them are sitting on top of each other's laps to go on a ride out and that. You don't know what it's really like to be on the roads, and you're talking on this thing, like how it's difficult and that. You don't have the experience on the streets to be talking. So I'm thinking to myself, nah, man, I have to go and jump on YouTube and show the people them like. So you got normal people who think it's hard and that. Yeah, and this is the reason why they failed and they're not getting to where they need to get to because they're a black person and that. And you got someone like me who messed up their life. So I took 2 steps back. I messed up my life. I took 2-3 steps back, and then I was able to turn it around and surpass the people them who didn't mess up their life and were just normal people and that had a normal experience in life and that. It just goes to show that these people don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. It's just an excuse to not get off their arse and make something of themselves. They're blaming the colour of their skin for their failures and that. I'm telling you, it got nothing to do with the colour of your skin. Maybe if this was the 1960s where allegedly, get me, no blacks, no dogs, no Irish and that, whatever, in on the pubs and that, and black people were treated a certain way, maybe. But now, yeah, 2000 onwards and that, but it's easy for us. It's too easy out here. It's too easy out here, man. So, yeah, man, a lot of wafflers and that talking about how it's difficult for black people. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. It's the same. It's the same. I'm telling you right now, if I was a white person, my life would not be any different. It would not be any different. And you know what? You know, man like to talk about like playing mind games and all of that with myself and that. So you know what? Maybe it's a good thing being black, you know? Maybe it's a good thing being at a quote-unquote disadvantage, because it puts me in a position where I feel like I need to work harder. Yeah. You see, if you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you're not going to have the mindset and the mentality to work and grind hard and that. So sometimes it's good to come from a quote-unquote disadvantaged background, so you work harder. I'll give you a little simple analogy. You see Mike Tyson, yeah? Do you think Mike Tyson would have been one of the greatest boxers to ever live if he was 6'6"? The reason why he was so good, he was talented naturally and that, but because he was shorter than the rest of the man them, he was at a disadvantage. He had to work harder. That's why he was able to become one of the best and greatest boxers to ever walk the planet and that, because he came from a disadvantage. He was shorter and smaller than everyone, so he had to work harder than everybody else. I guarantee you, if my man was 6'3", 6'6", and that, was, you know, a regular boxer and that, I guarantee he wouldn't be as good. But because he had to work harder and that, he put himself in a deficit, so he had to work harder to overcome his disadvantage and that. So sometimes it's good to come from a disadvantaged background and that. It makes you work harder. Just like the Jews them and that. I guarantee you they wouldn't be as sophisticated and at the level that they're at now if they didn't have what happened to them way back in the day. Anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Stay wise, done, man.